with another amazing video of biology. And today we are going to study about cell organelles, that is plastids and ribosomes. In the previous video, we have already covered the topic endoplasmic reticulum and mitochondria. And the students, those who haven't seen those videos till now, please go and check out those videos. They are very important. Now, moving on to the topic, first we are going to study about plastids. Now, what is plastids? Basically, these are the organelles that are only found in plant cells. Talking about plastids, we get to know that these are the only cell organelles that are present in plant cell. ये जो ऑर्गेनल है, ये जो एक ऑर्गन है, टाइनी टीनी ऑर्गन है, ये कहाँ मिलता है? सिर्फ प्लांट्स में प्रेजेंट होता है. क्यों? बिकॉज यही एक ऐसा ऑर्गेनल है जो कि प्लांट्स को कलर देता है. मतलब जो भी प्लांट्स हमारे कलरफुल होते हैं, ग्रीन, येलो, रेड, ऑरेंज, कलरलेस, ये सारे किसकी वजह से होते हैं? हमारे plastids की वजह से. So we can say plastids are the double membrane bound structure that contains the different color pigments and are only present in plant cells. Another amazing thing about plastid is that जैसे माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया में हमने पढ़ा था, इट कंटेन्स इट्स ओन जेनेटिक मटेरियल, उसका अपना जेनेटिक या डीएनए मटेरियल वो खुद कंटेन करता है. इन द सेम वे प्लास्टिड्स ही एक ऐसा सेल ऑर्गेनल है प्लांट सेल में जो कि अपना जेनेटिक मटेरियल मतलब डीएनए, आरएनए, क्रोमोसोम्स ये सब कौन कंटेन करता है? वो खुद कंटेन करता है. इट इज नॉट डिपेंडेंट ऑन द न्यूक्लियस फॉर इट्स रेप्लिकेशन. एट द टाइम ऑफ सेल डिवीजन ये अपने रेप्लिकेशन खुद कर सकता है बिकॉज इट हैव इट्स ओन जेनेटिक मटेरियल. And the third very important thing about plastids is that it is present in the disc granule-like structure. पोलो देखी है सबने? बिल्कुल देखी होगी. तो जैसे पोलो रिंग में अटैच होते हैं एक दूसरे से and granule-like structure बनाते हैं, in the same way plastids are being attached to each other in a disc-like shape and are combined together to form a plastid. And on the basis of color, plastid is being differentiated into three different categories. The first one is chloroplast, second is chromoplast, and the third is leucoplast. Now, talking about chloroplast, it is a green color plastid. This contains green color pigment, that is chlorophyll. सब जानते हैं chlorophyll क्या होता है? Basically, it is a green color pigment that helps plant giving a green color. जो भी जितने भी plants green दिखते हैं, वो सब क्यों दिखते हैं? Because उनके अंदर chloroplast वाला plastid present होता है. Now, talking about the structure of chloroplast, it is oval or round shaped, which contains two different structure. इस पूरे स्ट्रक्चर को जो क्लोरोप्लास्ट का जो स्ट्रक्चर है उसको हम बोलते हैं थाइलाकॉइड. That contains two different membranes, inner membrane and outer membrane. Inner membrane is known as stroma and the outer membrane is known as grana. These two combine to form a thylakoid. That means it combine to form a chloroplast. एक plastid बनाता है ये छोटे छोटे दो स्ट्रक्चर मिलकर. Right. Now these thylakoid disc-like shaped structure contains a pigment. एक fluid contain करते हैं जिसको हम बोलते हैं chlorophyll pigment that helps the plant in giving green color. Plus, it is very essential for plants because it helps in the trapping of sunlight. सनलाइट की ट्रैपिंग कब होती है? ड्यूरिंग फोटोसिंथेसिस. हमने पढ़ा था कि फोटोसिंथेसिस के लिए सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट दो कंपोनेंट्स होते हैं, दैट इज सनलाइट एंड क्लोरोफिल पिगमेंट. Now, the sunlight that is being trapped by the plants or leaves is basically trapped by the chlorophyll pigment. Attract कौन कर रहा है? हमारा pigment attract कर रहा है sunlight को. Clear? And it is being found in the mesophyll cells of the plant. जो हमारी leaf होती है उसमें सबसे कहना चाहिए inner membrane जो होती है that is formed by the mesophyll cells. उस mesophyll cells में present होता है हमारा chloroplast. Plastid. Talking about the second plastid, that is chromoplast, which is responsible for the various colors in the plant bodies. It contains fat solubles and carotenoid pigments like xanthophylls or carotene. ये जो पिगमेंट होता है, ये जो प्लास्टिड होता है, बेसिकली इसमें क्या प्रेजेंट होते हैं? फैट सॉल्युबल्स प्रेजेंट होते हैं, कैरोटेनॉइड प्रेजेंट होता है, which is basically responsible for the yellow and orange color in the plants. The carotenoid pigment contains xanthophylls and carotene, which helps them in giving orange and yellow color to the plant body. मतलब जितनी भी leaves orange, yellow, red color की होती हैं, other than green, जितने भी कलर्स प्लांट में प्रेजेंट होते हैं वो किसकी वजह से होते हैं? ड्यू टू क्रोमोप्लास्ट प्लास्टिड. इनका स्ट्रक्चर भी सिमिलर होता है एज क्लोरोप्लास्ट. Only the thing that differentiate between them is the pigments. Chloroplast was containing chlorophyll pigment and chromoplast is containing carotenoid pigment like xanthophylls and carotene. Clear? Now coming to the third one, that is leucoplast, is a colorless plastid. It does not contain any color. It is colorless or white. You can say it contains no color pigments. Right? It has what? It has various nutrients. This is a colorless pigment that contains a large amount, a huge amount of pigments in them. Clear? There are three subconstituents of leucoplast. The first one is amyloplast, second one is aleuroplast, and the third one is elaioplast. Now, amyloplast contains basically carbohydrates material. That is a kind of starch that is found in potatoes also. Amyloplast contain carbohydrates, aleuroplast contain proteins, and elaioplast contains oils and fat globules. Means these leucoplast plastid have three different constituents that contains a huge amount of nutrient in them, and these three subconstituents contain three different nutrition. So here we got to know that plastids are basically a color containing pigments and a nutrition containing pigments. There are three different plastids that contains different colors and are being responsible for the different colors in plant bodies. Now a short recap of plastids we can say is that a plastid is a double membrane bound structure that contains various color pigments and are being responsible for the color in plant bodies. It is only found in plant cells as well as it contains its own genetic and DNA material at the time of replication. It does not depend on the nucleus. And the third point, that it has three different constituents, three different color pigments, plastids that contains different colors. The first one is chloroplast, second one is chromoplast, and third one is leucoplast. Chloroplast is responsible for the green color pigment. Chromoplast is responsible for the various colors like yellow, orange, blue, purple, red, etc. And the leucoplast is responsible for white color or no color. It only contains nutrition with the help of three different constituents, that is amyloplast, aleuroplast, and elaioplast. Here we conclude our topic plastids, and moving on to the next topic, ribosomes. We have already taken a short glimpses of ribosomes in the topic endoplasmic reticulum, that was present in the rough endoplasmic reticulum on its surface. So we can say ribosomes are the tiny non-membrane bound oval structure that is either present in the endoplasmic reticulum or freely scattered in the cytoplasm of cell. And it is also the very important cytoplasmic organelle. Why? Because it is the only cell organelle that helps in the synthesizing of proteins, which is the important source of nutrition in the cell body. Right. Now, talking about the ribosomes, we get to know that there are two different units of ribosomes. With what are they? One is 70S and the other one is 80S. Basically, these are the units that define their size and density of ribosomes in the cell body. 70S is for prokaryotes and 80S is for eukaryote cell bodies. ये जो हमारा राइबोसोम है, ये कैसा होता है? बहुत टाइनी ओव्यूलर शेप में होता है और फ्रीली स्कैटर्ड होता है या तो साइटोप्लाज्म में, or else it is nearby the endoplasmic reticulum that helps in the formation of rough endoplasmic reticulum. And it is present in two different units, that is 70S and 80S. 70S is the smallest unit and is present in the prokaryotic cell organisms, and 80S is the high level unit that is present in the eukaryotic cell organisms. Now what is 70S and 80S and what is S in it? Now basically 70S and 80S is the unit that tells us, that informs us about the density and size of the ribosomes in the cell body, and S here is the unit of Svedbergs. Theodor Svedbergs was the Swedish scientist who gave this Svedbergs unit for the tiny molecules present in the atmosphere, present in the organisms, to calculate its size and density. So our ribosomes are present in two different units, and the ribosomes that are present in our body is 80S ribosome. Now ribosome constitutes of two different subunits, that are राइबोसोमल आरएनए एंड राइबोसोमल प्रोटीन। राइबोसोमल आरएनए एंड प्रोटीन से मिलके क्या बनता है, हमारा एक सिंगल राइबोसोम बनता है। दैट मीन्स 2/3 पोर्शन ऑफ आरएनए एंड 1/3 पोर्शन ऑफ प्रोटीन। सेल में जितना भी 2/3 पोर्शन ऑफ आरएनए है एंड सेल का 1/3 पोर्शन ऑफ प्रोटीन से मिलके क्या बनता है, हमारा एक टाइनी सा राइबोसोम that helps further in the production of a huge amount of protein molecules for the complete cell body, and it has the sub-constituents of ribosomal RNA and ribosomal protein. So here we got to know about ribosome. We can say that it helps in the production of protein, or it helps in the synthesization of protein in the cell body, which is very necessary for the cell body for its growth. हमारी बॉडी में अगर सेल डेवलप करेगा तभी हम डेवलप करेंगे, एंड सेल की डेवलपमेंट के लिए क्या नेसेसरी है, हमारा प्रोटीन जरूरी है। वो प्रोटीन कौन बना रहा है, हमारा राइबोसोम बना रहा है। दैट मीन्स राइबोसोम इज द वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट सेल ऑर्गेनल्स। Right. So concluding our topic here, we get to know that ribosomes are non-membranous bound structure that is oval or circular in shape and is very tiny. Right. It is present in two different units in an organism, 70S and 80S. S here denotes the Svedberg's unit of density and size. Now it constitutes of two different subcomponents that are ribosomal RNA and ribosomal protein. That means 2/3 of a RNA of cell and 1/3 part of proteins of a cell combines together to form a tiny ribosome. And the primary function of the ribosome is to produce or synthesize protein in the cell body. So today we got to learn about plastids and ribosomes. These both are very important for our cell body because one is giving color and is only present in plant cell, and other one is present in both animal and plant cell, but it is producing the most important component, that is protein, and which is responsible for the further growth and functioning of the cell body. In the next class we'll learn about lysosomes and Golgi apparatus. Till then, take care, bye bye and stay safe.